Welcome to the Courage to Live podcast. My name is Josh Bitsko, and I'm a retired police captain with 24 years of experience out of Las Vegas. Currently, I travel the country and I teach people about courage, leadership, and resilience. In today's podcast, I'm going to talk about something that it took me a bit to learn as a police officer, but actually came in very handy in honestly regulating my emotions throughout my career. And it's, you don't have to take everything personally. I remember as a young cop, I go out and I'd had to be dealing with a problem citizen, and sure as heck, the second they started getting mad or MFing me, I would feel like I would take it personal. I'd be angry, like why does this person hate me? And then I would get mad and I would say things I regret, and then you end up in internal affairs because what the most common complaint that comes in on police officers is interaction with citizens. Is police officers have the ability to take someone's freedom, even use force or even take somebody's life. But the most common complaint that comes in is how they talk to a citizen. Do they curse at them or get mad or act unprofessional? And I think a big part of that is sometimes we have trouble separating the badge from the person. And so for me, it took kind of a realization that this person isn't mad at me, Josh. They're mad at the situation or, a police officer in general. And once I stopped taking things personal, it really helped me in, leadership and life and policing. I didn't get complaints because they didn't have the ability to get a reaction out of me. And as I promoted through my career, that transitioned from, dealing with problematic citizens or angry citizens to dealing with employees, dealing with officers, dealing with other leaders. And are there people out there that have a personal problem with you? Probably. That's just life. But generally, I learned to not take things personal, especially in my professional life. And what I found is it made it so much easier to regulate my emotions. I wasn't in a place where I had to react every time somebody said something. And it was almost like a little superpower because my mind stayed clear, especially when somebody else was getting upset and they stopped thinking rationally because of anger, clouding their judgment. Where for me, I was, able to stay calm and cool and collected even during conflict because, I developed that ability to not take things personal. There's a couple things that you can do to develop that skill. The first one is personal reflection, right? Having an understanding of your position, your situation, knowing, maybe you get mad, but why are you getting mad? And, I always took the mindset, the first person to get mad in conflict loses, because now anger is making those decisions and saying those words. And it's not coming from, a place of trying to work through it or trying to understand the other person's position. You're just angry, and that anger just pours out of you. Another thing is learning how to regulate your emotions. Like there is a space between how you feel about something and how you react. And that's your ability, that's your chance to regulate those emotions and not react or react in a negative way. So, those are a couple of ways that you can navigate, those not taking things personal. And, the more confident you are in yourself and you don't need external validation, the less you let things that people say affect you. And it honestly will help you work through conflict, develop better connections and personal relationships. So, and if you like what I talked about, there's more in my book, The Courage to Live, available on Amazon. And if you like the podcast, please share it with a friend, subscribe, leave a review. And I appreciate you spending time with me today.